Well, good afternoon to you guys. I'm Ryan. This is Michigan Storm Chasers. Welcome to the channel. This is your first time watching. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. We do weather content in Michigan 24/7, 365 here, covering all severe and tornado warnings live here on YouTube, Facebook, and soon Twitch as well. Let's go ahead and jump right into things. I want to start today's video backwards. Shouting today's sponsor of the video out, Pro Powder. Above my head there is their logo and number, 269-637-8722. Pro Powder is a company based out of South Haven, Michigan, and they do powder coating needs for you guys. So if you need some of their powder coating, feel free to get a hold of them. And as always, thank you to Pro Powder for sponsoring today's YouTube video and helping Michigan Storm Chasers operational costs. Let's go ahead and dive in. We have a winter system moving through today, and we have our eyes set to the mid part of next week for another potential winter system. Model for today showing our snowfall and our freezing rain sleet mix. We're going to have two systems. We talked about this in detail on the past 2 or 3 days of videos. System number 1, north phase, we're going to call it. System 2 is south phase, okay? These have to come together and meet somewhere in the middle here. And as it does so, it's going to miss a good chunk of Michigan, especially the west side. Moving into the afternoon hours here, here's 1 p.m. today, here's 2 p.m. Notice a big gap of precip here in central Michigan, Grand Rapids, Lansing, over toward Flint, not getting a single drop of snow or rain. Moving into the afternoon, though, that does fill in on the backside there, but notice here we zoom way into the Grand Rapids, Muskegon, Ludington area. You guys may get split or missed with this system, but do notice here in the east and south part of Michigan, snow and a mix of freezing rain and sleet is going to be the story today that could make some travel slick across the areas. Further north, though, north of Mount Pleasant especially, you guys have an all snow solution this afternoon. No mixing concerns up there. Should be just pure snow for you guys in terms of your forecast. Now, going into the expectations here, time frames to watch right now. If you're watching this video as a release right about 1 o'clock or so, right now, snow and or mix should be starting here. Mix further south in southwest Michigan, down here by Kalamazoo. Snow should be starting up there in northern lower in the UP as well. Now, moving into the afternoon hours, that mixed further south will change over to a snow solution. By the time about 8 or 9 o'clock tonight rolls in, we could see some minor accumulations of snowfall for you guys. When all is said and done, we have a snow forecast and ice forecast has not changed since yesterday. 1 to 3 in the southeast part of Michigan does look a certain. Higher confidence has increased, so it's looking more certain. Further north, 2 to 4 and 3 to 7 up there for Mount Pleasant and points northward. Then obviously in the UP, further south and west, 2 to 4, 3 to 7 over there, 1 to 3 up there in the UP, like Munising, Marquette, and Houghton areas. As far as ice goes, still not looking like a major ice storm, nothing like that, but travel could be impacted, especially close to 94 and all other areas to the surrounding areas there, especially on the south part of Michigan over at points eastward, as well as that mix changes over to a snow later tonight. So slick travel is going to be the main concern here. The travel map does still look valid here. Medium impacts across much of lower Michigan, especially around the Detroit area, Lansing, Jackson, perhaps Kalamazoo areas, but do keep in mind further west you go, you may get missed by the system. So places like Grand Rapids, South Haven, perhaps even Kalamazoo may look out here and not get much in the way of any travel impacts with this. Most of the impacts will be further north today. It's going to be red up there. 3 to 7 inches of snow could make travel slick. And as well in the UP as well, we have most of the area in medium impacts. Now, we have a system we are keeping a close eye on for the midweek part of next week. And the topic of this video perhaps will be focused in on this. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys how much snow and ice you're going to get. I am only going to mention a potential system working its way through, and I want to show you all 3 of the major models we use. Before I move on to that, I did forget one topic today, and that is the SPC thunderstorm outlook. Yes, we don't have one in Michigan, but keep an eye out. The light green area is really close to the Ohio border here. So Monroe, Lenawee, Hillsdale counties coming close to that thunderstorm outlook today. We may see a rumble of thunder further south. No severe weather. It's much like we had a couple nights ago. We had some thunder in Lenawee County. It's going to be similar to that. It's going to be freezing rain, sleet, perhaps some snow at times with some thunders. Rumbles of thunder possible. I can't forget that. That's going to be centered around the afternoon time frame today. Now, moving on to the big story here, making waves across social media, a potential winter system once again for the area here in the Great Lakes region. Now, I want to pause before I dive into this and say, how many times have we seen a winter system 4, 5, 6+ days out on models? By the time it gets here, like the day before, day of, it's very minor in nature. It's happened all too often. So we're not getting excited just yet. The video here, its purpose is to let you guys know we have a system we are watching very closely, as it does look like a very strong system. But again, that could change very easily. European model number 1. We're going to walk this through the time frame. This is the system today. Going to move through here. We're going to dry out for Sunday. Could see some lake effect snow for Sunday in the UP areas. Nothing major is expected. We move into the early part of next week, remaining dry. Attention turns to this system out to the west here, but before we get to that, we have a minor system, perhaps some snow showers working its way through Tuesday. No big deal with that. And then we look to the system to the west here, creeping up there. This is for Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to see this system develop. Doesn't really have a north face to it. It's more so just one system further south here. The center of the low pressure on the model, you can see it down here in Arkansas. That's going to be the main area to watch here. As this moves up into our direction, again, a split system of snow, freezing rain, and rain is going to be moving through somewhere along the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes region. Will it impact Michigan? Maybe. Will it impact us with an ice storm, winter storm? Maybe. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. This is a European for late Wednesday, early Thursday morning. This model moves it out into Canada by the time Thursday evening rolls around. So perhaps late Wednesday evening, Thursday would be the time frame on the European. Let's jump into the GFS model. Well, the GFS model shows an exact same scenario, backing this all the way up. You guys got a sneak peek right there. System number 1 today. Let's go ahead and back this up forward. Let's go right about here. Yep, there we go. There's system 1 today. Moving through, no big deal with that, just some snow and some ice. System 2 comes in for Tuesday right about here. This model says no snow for Tuesday, but we could see some snow showers there. And then the big system that we're keeping a close eye on right here for late Wednesday, early Thursday, a similar track to the European, showing snow, ice, and rain potential somewhere in the region. That moves through into the early morning on Thursday and then moves out by Thursday evening, leaving us with drier conditions. And last but not least, the Canadian model here showing us a very similar picture. Backing this up for today's system. Here's today's system for snow, ice, and perhaps some rain further south. We dry out. Some snow showers remain for the UP. Perhaps a system with light snow for Tuesday. And then there's that big system for Wednesday and Thursday here, tracking its way up into Michigan, a very similar track to both GFS and European models. So all 3 major models here are agreeing that a system will likely move through midweek. But again, we don't know the exact strength, locations, and amounts of each precip. So please stay tuned to us and other sources for information regarding this overall system. For timeline on winter weather, we're kind of still in that 4 to 6 day period. We're keeping an eye on trends, north-south shifts, keeping an eye on the models, getting a good idea of what could happen. By the time we get to Monday afternoon and evening, we'll have a much better idea of what to expect with the system. So stay tuned, especially for Monday's forecast update video. We'll probably have some more details to share with you guys. At very latest Tuesday morning would have the full suite of data with amounts, locations, and stuff like that. Overall, panic meter today, we're going to keep it at a level 2. It's worth mentioning, but we're not quite to that bread and milk watch just yet. It's kind of past that hype on social media. We're kind of to that mentioning point. Like today, we're mentioning the storm to you, but overall, we're going to keep an eye on things. And if confidence increases and impacts, we will move that up to the bread and milk watch here in the coming days. We're going to have some fun with this. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to pop out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more updates on both tonight's system and for the midweek system as well for next week. We got you guys covered from beginning to end here at Michigan Storm Chasers. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay warm, and travel safe out on the roads this evening, as still freezing rain, sleet, and snow impacts are felt across much of Michigan today here on February 8th.